Yo, what's going on YouTube? My name's Troy, aka SoFlo Sneakers, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a catch-all email address through Google Domains. The method I'm going to be going over is going to be the best and the absolute cheapest way to do this, so if this video helped, make sure to drop a like, make sure to subscribe, and make sure to turn on that bell notification to get alerted whenever I post a new video. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and on that note, let's get into it. First things first, I want to go over exactly what a catch-all email address is and why it can be super beneficial. The easiest way to think about what a catch-all does is it's basically giving you a custom ending for an email address, and then you're able to put anything you want in front of the @ sign. So in today's video, we're going to be purchasing a domain, and let's just say that I purchased the domain soflo.com. This soflo.com domain is now going to be the custom ending for our email address. So now I'll be able to put @soflo.com, and like I said, you can put anything you want in front of the @ sign. So for example, 123@soflo.com, hello@soflo.com, how's it going @soflo.com, and so on. Because we're able to put anything we want in front of the @ sign, this first off gives us the ability to virtually create an unlimited amount of email addresses, and the best part about a catch-all is that all of these are going to be forwarded to a main email of your choosing. So if I went ahead and linked my main email to my Google domain catch-all, that means that every single message that gets sent to 123@soflo.com, hello@soflo.com, or literally anything else @soflo.com, all of these messages are now going to be forwarded to my main email. To my knowledge, at least at this current moment in time, there aren't any main sites that a Google domain catch-all won't work on. I have another video on my channel that also shows you how to make a catch-all through a website called Namecheap, but this website actually started restricting emails from a few different companies, and sometimes the emails would be forwarded a little too slow, so for this reason I decided to switch to Google Domains, and honestly everything has been super smooth sailing ever since. Another important point to keep in mind is that a catch-all isn't going to be a physical email with an inbox or where you can send messages from. It's simply going to be an email address that's going to be forwarded to another email of your choosing. If you're on this video and you are looking for a physical email address with a custom ending for, let's say, your business, then you might be better off checking out something like Google Workspace. I hope everything's making sense so far, and if it's not just yet, stay with me until the end of the video and you should have a very good understanding of how a catch-all works. So now we're going to get into it, and I'm going to be taking you guys step by step through the entire process of creating your own catch-all. The first thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go ahead and purchase a domain, and we can do that by coming to domains.google. Once you're on the site, the first thing you're going to want to do is sign into your Google account top right, and then you can see that we have two different options here. We have the option to search for and purchase a new domain, and then underneath you can see that you can actually transfer a domain that you already own if that's something that you wish to do. For the purpose of this video, we're going to assume that we don't already have an existing domain, so we're going to have to go ahead and purchase one. Of course, in order to purchase a domain, we're going to have to come up with the domain's name. If you're planning to use your catch-all specifically for sneaker botting, I would suggest trying to keep your name very simple, and I probably wouldn't include things like shoes or botting or reseller in your name just to make everything look as legit as possible. So once you decide on your domain name, and for this example, I'm going to be using the domain SoFlo's channel, all we're going to have to do is click get it. Once we're on the next page, we're going to see that we have a bunch of different options when deciding on the variation to the end of our domain, but honestly guys, I would 100% recommend sticking to a .com domain just to make sure that your catch-all looks as legit as possible. Keep in mind that the $12 price tag on your domain is going to be for the entire year, so like I mentioned, this is going to be the cheapest and the best way to go about this. So once you have your domain picked, all you're going to have to do now is purchase the domain. So we're going to click on the .com here, and then we're going to click on this little add to cart button, and then we're going to go up to our cart and we're going to view it. So by default, you should have your privacy protection on, and I would also suggest keeping auto renew on, especially if you get a domain that you really like. And then you'll see that this domain is going to be renewing on December 12th of every year, and you'll automatically be billed for it. If you guys remember, a little earlier in the video, I mentioned something called Google Workspace, and this is going to give you the ability to actually have a physical email that you can use for your business or your company, and you'll have an inbox, you'll be able to send emails, and that's actually going to be $12 a month. But if you strictly want just the catch-all, then it's only going to be $12 a year. All we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and we're going to check out, and once you do that, it's going to take you to the next screen, which we'll get to in just a second. After you purchase, you should be on this screen here, and if you're not, all you're going to want to do is go to My Domain domains on the left hand side, and then you're going to want to click manage next to the domain that you just purchased. So once you're on this screen here, all we're going to want to do is we're going to want to come to email on the left hand side, and then you're going to see right down here that we have something called email forwarding. And then if we take a look at the second sentence here, we can see that we can add a wildcard, also known as this little asterisk here, and this is going to be an address that forwards to your existing email address. So all we're going to want to do is we're going to want to click add email alias, and then like it just said right here, we're going to add this wildcard. So all we're going to do is we're going to type in this little asterisk, and then all you're going to have to do is type in the existing recipient email, and this is going to be your main email that you want all these emails to be forwarded to. So once you put the asterisk under the alias email, and you should see your domain right underneath right here, and then you added in the existing recipient email, which is once again the main email that you want all the messages to be forwarded to, all you're going to do is simply click add, and then you are actually going to be good to go. So now whenever an email is sent to @yourdomain.com, and of course you can put whatever you want in front of the @sign, all of those emails are now going to be forwarded to that main email that you just inserted. Once again, guys, if this video helped you out, make sure to drop a like, and if you have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comment section below, and I'll get back to them as soon as possible. Thank you guys once again for tuning in, and on that note, I will catch you all on the next one.